Our final speaker for the afternoon is Vera Behnam from Biomedical Engineering, who will present Towards Continuous Sensing for Human Health, Platforms for Early Detection and Personalized Treatment of Diseases.
So, sometimes you can tell you're sick. You have a headache, you're about to vomit. Other times we don't really know what's going on inside us. For example, can you tell me what your blood calcium is right now? It's not something we can answer intuitively, but it turns out blood calcium is important. Too much of it, and you can have digestive problems, depression. Too little, and you're prone to seizures, or you can pass out. Most of us don't have to worry about blood calcium levels, but for those who are unable to regulate it, they need to get daily blood draws so that they can avoid these side effects. Would you want to get your blood drawn daily, though? So this is in part why I developed M-Patch. It is a hydrogel patch, smaller than my fingernail, that sits on top of your skin like a nicotine patch that can sense your calcium levels. So, for example, can sense your calcium levels. So M-Patch has microneedles on it. And these microneedles are tiny needles, basically so small that they sit on top of your skin without you feeling it, but then they pierce through and can access your interstitial fluid. So your interstitial fluid leaks out of your blood vessels and has a lot of the same compounds as blood. And so because of that, you can sample this fluid and estimate blood calcium levels without the pain and hassle of a blood test. So how does it actually work? So these microneedles contain artificial DNA strands that work like calcium sensors. So basically, when they're high level, when there's no calcium in the system, this DNA strand, as depicted by the hairpin structure, lights up. And then when there is calcium around in the system, it changes its shape and basically stops lighting up. But how do we actually quantify this fluorescence and link it to a calcium concentration? So in the lab, there are machines that do this very quickly, but they're usually the size of a small child. So basically, I miniaturized this technology so that a user can carry it around with them and place it on top of the patch anytime they want a reading. I built a camera system around the size of my fist that sits on top of the patch, and so counts the number of fluorescent pixels and then can quantify that to calcium. So we're now finally at the point where we're testing M-Patch in animals, bringing it one step closer to being wearable tech for humans and allowing us to sense blood calcium as intuitively as a headache. So this is just one example, though, of what we can do with this. I believe that basically becoming part computer can make it be easier to be human. So thank you.